Good morning. The bulls have been staging some smart recoveries in the recent days, only to be forced to retreat the next day. The culprit remains the shaky global markets. Volatility has jumped amid renewed concerns over weak economic numbers coming out of China and the US. Today it would not be any different. So after all the hard work of Wednesday, the bulls will suffer another setback, at least in the opening trades. The latest economic data points from the US and China have a lot to be desired. China's manufacturing expanded at a slower pace for a second month in June. A disappointing private sector jobs report offset more upbeat manufacturing data ahead of Friday's monthly employment report. Also, Moody's has placed Spain's credit rating for review for a possible downgrade. S&P had downgraded Spain from AAA to AA+ in January 2009 and then to AA in April 2010. Asian markets are mostly in the red this morning following another bad day on Wall Street and Europe. The good news for India is that the market appears resilient in the face of global weakness and fund flows remain positive. The near-term trading range for NSE Nifty continues to be around 5,200 to 5,400. Indian stocks rose 4.5% in June after a horrid May. For the quarter and for the first 6 months too, the Indian markets has done better than its global counterparts. In July, the key events to watch out for include quarterly earnings, RBI's policy meet, monsoon's progress, apart from, of course, the global developments. Today being the first day of a new month, we will have to grapple with manufacturing data from across the globe. Auto and cement companies would be in the limelight as they release their monthly volumes. Friday's US monthly jobs report will be keenly followed in the wake of a spate of disappointing economic reports. The Shanghai Composite Index turned negative on downbeat manufacturing reports. Japanese shares have added to the benchmark Nikkei's 2% loss in the previous session, ignoring surprisingly strong sentiment data. The Hong Kong markets are closed today for a holiday. Amid all the talk of doom and gloom, a European Central Bank 3-month loan facility elicited less of a reaction amongst the Eurozone banks than expected, easing liquidity-related fears about the financial sector's health. Attention will now shift to what the results of European banks' stress tests will show later this month. The other news for the day is, Cabinet Secretariat has asked Disinvestment Department to ensure that meetings of the EGOMs take place on time to speed up for self-off program. The other news for the day is, Cabinet Secretariat has asked Disinvestment Department to ensure that the meetings of the EGOMs take place on time to speed up the sell-off program. FDI in May rises 5.6% to $2.21 billion US. Centre is mulling over creation of an independent body to regulate the retail sector. TRAI will now seek lower FDI cap in FM TV news uplink. All companies hike ATF prices by 3.2%. Government to develop policy framework for shale gas exploration. GMR Infra and GBK have approached the Competition Commission of India to get clearance for a 10% hike in aeronautical charges like landing and parking traffic. Tata Power to raise 14 billion rupees by selling 15% in 2 coal SPVs. 2 Republican lawmakers back US loan for Reliance Power for a coal-fired plant in Madhya Pradesh. Mexico has denied setting up of a refinery project with Reliance Industries. Moving on to the recommendations, the technical calls are a buy on Lupin. We expect the stock to break past the critical resistance levels of Rs 1,974. We recommend traders to buy the stock above levels of Rs 1,974 for a target price of Rs 2,035 with a stop loss to be placed at Rs 1,948. And a buy on Power Grid Corporation. We advise buying the stock above Rs 104.75 with a stop loss at Rs 102 for a target price of Rs 111. The derivative strategies are short IDFC July future in the range of Rs 181 to Rs 182 for a target price of Rs 173 and a stop loss is to be placed at Rs 185. And long Bharti July future in the range of Rs 263 to Rs 264 for a target price of Rs 273 and a stop loss is to be placed at Rs 258. Thank you and have a great day ahead.